Scarecrow adventurers, plague rat PCs, a vampires Broadway solo. The Crooked Moon D&D setting is coming in hot with the creepiest and most creative content we've seen in 5e. And it's bringing a Fateweaving character system that's basically a built-in character arc generator. We had talked about Crooked Moon in a recent video, but today is going to be more of a deep dive into some of the character building options and some of the lore background options for your character. Welcome back to Eternity TTRPG, your weekly tavern of D&D news, deep cuts, and delicious drama. Today, we're heading into the eerie realm of the Crooked Moon again, and trust me, it's not just another dark fantasy setting. If you hadn't heard anything about it yet, Crooked Moon exploded on Kickstarter, breaking in over $4 million and becoming the biggest D&D 5e crowdfunding campaign to date. I covered the whole thing in a recent video, but suffice to say in summary that I'm a big fan. So what's got everyone hyped about it? For starters, Playable, Scarecrows, and Plague Rats. The Harvestborn are constructs created to till the soil in Enoch, a province filled with farms and ancient rituals. Think jack-o'-lantern heads, burlap sacks, or turnips for skulls. These Scarecrow warriors don't need to eat, sleep, or breathe, and they come with abilities tied to harvest and decay. Mechanically, they're half healer, half executioner, healing from the land and finishing off wounded enemies with a culling strike. Then there's the Plagueborn, who come from Bubonia, a haze-filled province locked in an eternal plague. These rat-like beings are resistant to poison and carry diseases they can weaponize. They're gritty, tragic, and perfect for Dark Souls flavored role-playing. Now to the main section of the video, what I'd title is 13 personal arcs that turn your PC into a horror protagonist. Crooked Moon doesn't just drop you into a creepy forest and say, go nuts. It actually threads you directly into the bones of the narrative using a brilliant system called Fateweaving. And if you're a roleplay heavy player, or even just someone who likes a little more main character energy, this might be the most exciting mechanic in the whole setting. Before session 1, each player picks one of the 13 threads of fate for their character. These aren't just vague backstory prompts, they're specific haunting story arcs that define your character's emotional journey across the campaign. To give you just a quick taste, let's go through 5 of the wildest and weirdest threads. Number 1, Thread of the Apocalypse. You wake up with no memories, and every time you hear a certain haunting melody, you get visions of the end of the world. This thread turns your PC into the sole prophet of a coming doom, and you're racing to stop it before your dreams come true. Number 2, we come in at the Thread of Ascendancy, the ghost-whispering godling. You're haunted by the decapitated head of a fool. So like Harry Potter stuff. Yes, literally, it speaks in cryptic rhymes that might be insane or divine prophecy. The fool believes you're destined to become a god, or something close to it. Then there's the thread of duality, you versus you. You literally severed your soul to purge your sins. And now the evil version of yourself is out there committing atrocities. You can see them in mirrors, and they're taunting you. This particular one gives me Final Fantasy IV vibes, with Cecil literally battling himself in the game to change from a Dark Knight to a Paladin. Number 4 is the Thread of Immortality, the Alchemist's Curse. You, or someone you love, is dying of a magical disease, but you found an alchemical being in a flask that promises a cure. Now you just need to brew the elixir of immortality. For me, this one is full-on Full Metal Alchemist vibes. Beware the being in the vial. You can't just trust them. Trust me. And finally, number 5, the Thread of Liberation, Shadow Games. You made a deal with a powerful entity, and now your soul is no longer yours. Your shadow, yes, your literal shadow, is trying to help you escape, but only if you win its twisted games. What makes Fateweaving so powerful, in my opinion, is that it doesn't hijack the DM's story, but it does enrich it. It gives them something more to work with as they're telling the story that they want to share with you, and also wrap your character's story into that central story. Also, you're not just a druid, you're the literal avatar of a forest's last hope. You're not just a bard, you're a cursed prophet with a awesome fool giving you divine karaoke advice. And just remember, these were only 5 of the 13 threads. There's a lot more for you to dive into in Crooked Moon. So now it's time for your take. Which of the 13 threads speaks to you, and which one would be totally off limits for your party? If you've been craving something that mixes horror, character drama, and a splash of Broadway, the Crooked Moon might just be your next campaign. What species, villain, or thread are you most excited for? Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to sub and roll with us every week.